Mastering Your Emotions Part 2. Evolving from a 3-step reactive process to a 4-step conscious process. Powerful stuff. Hello my friends, welcome back to the second part of this Mastering Your Emotions mini-series. Today we're going to be talking about reactivity versus conscious choice. And really what this is the evolution of your emotional programming, your emotional processing. And what this is going to do is inject a gigantic dose of personal power into your life. Honestly, you cannot succeed without these tools. Without this understanding, you will never be at the level of true success that you desire, because you will always be at the whim of your circumstances. You will always be at the whim of other people's opinions, of the ebb and flow of life. When it's up, you're gonna be up. When it's down, you're gonna be way down, right? And all of those things are a result of just old basic programming, old wiring. So here's how it works. When we are children, we have a certain level of cognitive ability, right? If you're 3 years old and you want a cookie, you reach for the cookie, your parent says you can't have the cookie, that basically explodes our brain. We want the cookie, you can't have the cookie. We don't really quite know how to deal with the feeling of wanting something and not being able to have it. It's still a very confronting feeling for us. And we don't yet have the cognitive development to be in a logical state where we can say something like, okay, maybe a cookie is not best for my nutrition at this moment. We don't understand that level of thinking. So what happens is there's an immediate reaction where it's like, want cookie, can't get it. Get a cookie, please, I want it. And you just explode in emotion. Okay, so it's a reactive 3-step process. There's a stimulus. The stimulus sparks an emotion, and the emotion sparks a reaction. Stimulus, I want cookie. Can't have cookie. Sparks emotion, sadness, anger, frustration, whatever else. Sparks reaction, crying, screaming, anger, etc. Right? That's how most of us continue to go through life and operate for the entirety of our lives. And that will keep you small and unsuccessful for your entire life. Whether it be in health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, it doesn't matter what success looks like to you. If you are emotionally reactive to the world, you will lose. Period. Because just think of the facts. Most of the world is negative. Most people are operating in a very negative place. And they're gonna make sure that they let you know about why everything you're doing probably won't work. They're gonna make sure to let you know about why your clothes aren't the coolest, why you don't look as hot as you could be, why, etc., 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 why you're destined for failure. And all those things are gonna cause you emotional reactions if you don't understand the conscious next level of this process. So, that is the reactive model of emotional processing. How do we get to the next level, and what does the next level look like? The next level is a conscious processing of emotions, and it has an additional step, okay? It's not terribly difficult, it's just one more step, and it takes a conscious effort to get there. So, here's the process. Stimulus sparks emotion, sparks exploration, sparks choice. Okay? So instead of stimulus, emotion, reaction, you have stimulus, emotion, exploration, choice. Now choices are always empowered. Choices are powerful. Choices are made with consciousness. Choices are made in a way that brings you forward in life, regardless of if it's a hard choice, a negative situation, if it's a positive situation, it doesn't matter. When you're making a choice, you're always moving forward. When you're reacting, maybe sometimes it works out well for you. Most of the time, it doesn't. Reactions are almost entirely out of ego, okay? And choices are almost entirely out of consciousness. So that's where we want to be playing. So For this video, I just want you to understand this new process, because in the next video, I'm going to give you the technique for that third new step called exploration. Right now, I can just give you an example. Imagine somebody came up to me and said, "Hey man, you're such a jerk, this, and this, and I slept with your mom and I hate you and I want to fight you," right? If I was at the whim of my emotions, I might just say like, "Hey, F you buddy," and throw a punch, right? That would be emotion, anger, frustration, rage, and then reaction, violence, okay? And that is the egoic structure of processing emotions. Now, in this other paradigm, this four-step process, it looks a little different. He comes up to me, he says all those things. I still feel the emotion, anger, rage, etc. Then I go on exploration. I say, "Whoa, that's an emotion, what's that? Oh, that's some anger, that's some rage. Yeah, I really didn't like those comments, that was pretty disrespectful." And I get to witness those emotions, I get to explore them, and then I get to make a conscious choice. I can still punch him in the face if I want to, but it's a choice, it's not a reaction, right? So, because I'm not a violent person, and that's not who I am, I most likely would just feel bad for the guy for living inside such a negative world and such a small box, and I would let him know that I'm glad he has his opinions, but he can keep them to himself, and I would just, not punch him in the face or scream back at him or waste any of my personal energy on really any of his negative agenda, because I'm here to succeed in my life and get everything I want in my life, and dealing with his garbage has nothing to do with that, right? So that's the conscious choice. Now, am I telling you that this means, from this example, that you need to be a pushover or that you need to be lame or a wimp? Absolutely not. If somebody's attacking you, defend yourself. If somebody is verbally attacking you, that's their business. It's not any of your business what they think of you. That's gonna, does that have anything to do with your life success? No. So, in this four-step process, you gain power. You gain the ability to choose where your energy goes. And that is the primary benefit of it. So stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to give you a powerful technique, the most powerful technique I've ever learned in self-development. It will give you control over your emotions and a really deep understanding of that third step, the exploration process of exploring your emotions. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.